So my name's Stephen Reiner. I'm from the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. I did my undergraduate degree at the University of Iowa in chemical engineering, and then I came here to the University of Kentucky to be in the drug delivery side of the pharmaceutical science PhD program. So I chose here because I was a little lost when I was thinking about where I wanted to go to grad school. I knew I wanted to work with pharmaceuticals, and I knew I wanted to make them, and there was a couple of different tracks for me. I went to a career fair once, and Kentucky happened to be there kind of selling their program. And I looked into it, and the program seemed really interesting, and so I applied to several different universities in the same type of program. But when I actually got the interview at Kentucky, I came here, and God, I felt like really welcomed, and the people were really nice, the campus was great. I didn't really get that feel going anywhere else, which was kind of strange. A lot of people seemed really focused on research, but not as focused on the students, whereas that was really what drew me here to the program. I do cancer research, specifically gene therapy, siRNA delivery into colon cancer cells. This has been a really interesting project for me. It's something I've wanted to work with for a long time, and one of the great things about the program here is that I can do this, but we have 10, 15 other collaborators we can work with in order to expand the project as it is. That kind of that speaks to the collaborative nature of the research that goes on here. Just because we have one small portion of this research going on doesn't mean we can't work with other people who work a little bit further down the line, or even a little bit before where our group comes into play. The building here was one of the big selling points kind of when I came here, and it's a brand new building. And a lot of people, everybody says, oh, they have the nicest College of Pharmacy building. This really is one of the nicest College of Pharmacy buildings. The way they've set up the research areas versus the students, it's focused on you can be outside, write up, read, do whatever you want, and then you can come into the lab, and there's a big separation, which you don't get many other places. It's great for someone like me who wants to be able to sit down at their computer, have a cup of coffee in the morning or something, and then go into the lab and do things, whereas normal place, it's the computer's right next to all the chemicals, and you can't really sit and do that. Leads to kind of a more relaxing research time, to where I can come out, take a break, and do whatever I want, then go back in and do the research. Which is really great for my mental health, because as a graduate student, we're here all the time. That's been a big factor as to why I've really enjoyed the program here, as well as the faculty as a whole. No matter what department the faculty's in within the College of Pharmacy, I mean, they're willing to help you. We work with several different faculty members here within the college itself, all on different levels. And they're able to give us insight into aspects like, for instance, I'm not a molecular biologist, so if I need help with proteins, I know 3 or 4 people I can go talk to, and they're more than happy to help me. And it's the same way that I know a lot about gene therapy, and I know a lot about drug delivery, so if there's someone that needs help with that, they can come ask me. So we're a very open area here. So I grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's what the 4th largest metropolitan area in the U.S., so a large area city. And I then moved to Iowa City, Iowa to do my undergraduate, which is essentially a little cornfield. A huge change, and so I really wanted to find somewhere that would be bigger than that, but maybe not as big as where I used to live. And Lexington's a really great fit. One of the biggest things is, if I need almost anything, I can find it here. Food, products, things like that, which is good, and the cost of living here is really low. So, us graduate students don't get paid very much, but we're able to make it go a lot further than if we were living in, I don't know, Ann Arbor or somewhere at another university. So, we're in a really great place. The weather here is nice and all that. And the university itself has a lot of great amenities on site that, like the student health or gyms, things like that, all at pretty low prices for the graduate students. The biggest thing about living here is that there's a lot of stuff to do. We don't have to, we can drive to Cincinnati, we can drive to Louisville if we want to find something else, but it's actually pretty easy to go find, nice places to go have drinks after work, or the Bourbon Trail is another big thing. Kentucky's big on their bourbon, and you can drive only half an hour and visit 2 or 3 different distilleries. as well as Keeneland. Keeneland's another big thing here. Horse racing. It's a lot of fun to go to. It's kind of like football tailgating, except then you get to go watch horses race. The University of Kentucky College of Pharmacy is a pretty well-respected program, and it's well-known. I have a few family friends that have been in industry, and they've introduced me some people, and when they hear that I'm working at the university in the pharmaceutical science program here, they instantly know what it is, ask me about certain faculty members. So we have some well-known people, as well as the program itself being well-known. I was even told by one person that the fact that I go here pretty much means I'm going to be able to find a job in industry once I'm done, which is really great. That's what I want to do. The other side of that for my program is academia. And that's also another thing. We have a lot of alumni that go into academia and are fairly successful, as well as those who go into industry are successful. We also have a large network of alumni that come back and talk to us and are able to help us get interviews or help us kind of assess out our career paths on our own. They're honestly really, really helpful.